It is revealed at the beginning of the film. It has been 300 years since the World War. It indicates a world war broke out within the past 300 years, which causes the devastation of the whole world. There is a depiction of a spaceship filled with people from all over the world. And it was known that the inhabitants of that spacecraft dumped their trash on Earth. One day, a scientist discovers a robot in the trash. It was not an ordinary robot but one of its kind, which is equal parts human and machine. This scientist transports the robot to his home by lifting it. And he fixes the robot flawlessly. It is used to construct a new body. The following day, that robot, which was a female, awakens, and it was thrilled to receive a new body. The female robot then asked the scientist, "Who am I? How did I get here? Where did I come from?" The scientist is unaware of the origin of the woman. So the doctor tells it nothing. But doctor just tells it, "Your half body was damaged when we found you in the trash. However, your mind was sound. Afterwards, we mended your body." It indicates that a new human body has been attached to you. The doctor then shows it the world. That female robot gets excited, viewing this city. It also shows a glimpse of the spacecraft. She inquires from the scientist, "What exactly is it? Is this a real world?" The doctor tells it was the last remaining city after World War, and its name is Sky City. There is a pleasant life in Sky City. Everyone wishes to go there, because upper class resides there while lower class inhabits in our world. Then the doctor names that robot. He says, "Your name is Alitta now on." Alitta is pleased, hearing its name. The robot doctor also informs Alitta that all residents of our land work for Sky City, because Sky City has many fields, industries, and factories. After this, Alitta meets a boy named Hugo. Hugo compliments Alitta's body, seeing it, because its body was robotic, which was strong enough. Alitta and Hugo are befriended nicely. At the same night, a girl is murdered in that city. Actually, there was a career criminal in that city who used to end girls after grabbing them. Afterwards, he used to sell their body parts. At the same night, Alitta witnesses Doctor, who was returning to home from somewhere. Alitta observes that scientist's hands are blood-stained. Seeing, it doubts that Doctor may be the killer behind the occurred murders of city. In the following day, scientist's wife appears to meet him, because they were divorced. Here it is revealed that the adjusted human body with Alitta, in fact, it is the body of his daughter. His daughter was no more, so it donated her body to Alitta. After that, Hugo invites Alitta to join him in the game. And this game was well-known game of the city. Alitta fascinates others while playing this game perfectly. Alitta also wins that game. Hugo takes Alitta at his best-loved place later. It was the roof of a building where the sight of whole city could be viewed. And Sky City was also looking nearer from here. There is also a biggest pipe. Hugo tells that all objects come on the earth from Sky City through this pipe. "I am struggling hard to go to the Sky City, remember? See, I will surely reach there." Alitta asks, "How does this Sky City look?" Hugo says to it, "In fact, Doctor had discovered you from the garbage. And that garbage was of that Sky City. It means that you have come from Sky City." But Alitta did not possess a little memory about it. And she had forgotten her past. Actually, she had lost her memory. Next day, Doctor goes out of the house, and Alitta is chasing him. Alitta understands here that the Doctor is not a killer. He is, however, a hunter-warrior. Warriors are those who end the criminals. Then dead bodies of the killers are taken to the factory later. A heavy reward is received in the place of them. Here Alitta knows about the reality of the Doctor. At the same time, the serial killer approaches there. He was the same assassin who was killing the girls, but he lived in the city. Then Alitta bravely confronts that killer. It beats enough which compels him to flee, while Alitta succeeds to kill the other killer. Then Doctor and Alitta move to the factory, taking that killer's head, where they get the reward of $20 in place of that head. Afterwards, Doctor reveals his tale to Alitta. How did he come to be known as Hunter-Warrior, and what caused it to happen? He tells, "It is the story of that time when my wife, daughter, and I used to live together. One day, they made a robot, and that robot abducted their daughter, coming into their house. After this incident, that Doctor angered enough on that robot, and the Doctor damaged his own made robot. Then the Doctor became Hunter-Warrior right after that. Then a man comes on the scene named Vector. In fact, Vector was the head of the race game. It was Vector who used to arrange this game. Doctor's wife can also be seen with Vector. Here it is revealed that Doctor's wife is playing a trick accompanying Vector. Because Vector had promised her that he will send her to the Sky City, so the Doctor's wife is also a doctor herself who also works for Vector. Then the same robot is shown who was spoiled by Alitta. That robot moves to Vector. It tells him that Alitta is the cause behind my body distortion. Vector says ill to the robot, commenting, "Have you come back after being beaten by a little girl?" Robot reveals that is not a little girl but strongest. Vector says to the robot, "Now it is your mission that you have to bring Alitta before me after damaging it." Then Hugo takes Alitta to view that race game. He also tells Alitta, the winner of this game is sent to Sky City. Hearing it, Alitta gets excited. Then Hugo takes Alitta to show a ship. He explains, it is the ship of the enemies from 300 years ago. That ship fascinates Alitta when she casts a glance at it. So Alitta moves to that ship, jumping into the water. Alitta also discovers a high technological body in the ship. Alitta returns to the doctor, taking that body. He says to the doctor, "Fix this body with it," replacing, it means, adjust this body with my head, but doctor refuses to carry it out. He tells, this body is mighty, having fixed weapons with it. You will become so menacing if this body will be fixed with you. Too threatening. That you will kill the people and devastate the world. Alitta becomes aggressive, facing this refusal. Afterwards, Alitta moves to the factory. Going there, it decides that it is also hunter warrior now on. It goes to a club along with Hugo. All hunters of the city were there. And it provokes everyone. That we should eradicate the robot of Vector, because it is the same assassin who has taken the lives of the entire city, and it is also ending other people. One of the hunters makes Alitta a laughing stock. He says, having a little size, how will you kill someone? And how have you become a hunter warrior? Hearing it, Alitta beats him while confronting enough, and he is fallen backside. Witnessing it, all hunters are left shocked. Meanwhile, Vector's robot appears there, which had increased in size now, because Doctor's wife had upgraded it. Coming there, that robot assaults Alitta, and Alitta also attacks it in return. And that robot enters a tunnel to save his life. Then Alitta also moves to that underground place while chasing him. A tough fight is held between both of them. In the end, that robot spoils Alitta, and it dismembers its body. At the same time, Hugo and the doctor arrive there. When they confronted the robot, they beat it. And they burn its body. Then that robot flees from there in order to secure its life. Doctor brings Alitta's damaged body at home. Alitta's body had fully damaged. Having no option, that doctor fixes that body with Alitta, which he had discovered from the ship. Next morning, when Alitta awakens, it feels comfortable because it had got a new body. It was mighty and equipped. And the fire can also be produced through that body. Getting this new body, Alitta feels pleasure. In the coming day, Alitta goes to meet Hugo to show its robotic body. Observing its equipped body, Hugo likes it and feels good. He is also impressed. Here Hugo reveals to Alitta, I want to go to Sky City soon. But everyone needs scores to go there. And these scores can be gained after killing someone or winning the race game. Hearing it, Alitta gives its robotic heart to Hugo, pulling it out. And it says, take my robotic heart, sell it. In this way, you will get some scores. Then you may go to Sky City. And the robotic heart of Alitta is not an ordinary one, but it possesses much power. And that robotic heart is as stronger that this city may avail the electricity for many months from this robotic heart. Because this robotic heart contains energetic rays, but Hugo forbids to take Alitta's robotic heart. He says, I don't need it. You may keep it safe in your possession. Because your robotic heart is very necessary. He says, you should take part in race game, because I am sure that you may win the race. We both will move to the Sky City if you win the game. Hearing it, Alitta immediately consents. And she gets ready to take part in the game. And she wanted to carry it out for Hugo because of her affections for him. Afterwards, Vector arrives on the scene who hires the hunters and killers to end Alitta. He says to everyone, in case you kill Alitta in race, then I will give you 5 million scores. Which is basic to go to Sky City. Then that hunter is seen, who had been beaten in the club by Alitta, and he wanted to take revenge from Alitta on his humiliation. Now he was going to take this revenge from Hugo. Ending a man, he alleges Hugo. Now Hugo was under the allegation to end someone. As a result, he had started to turn criminal. Alitta, on the other hand, appears, who had taken a part in race which was going to start. All killers in the race become opponents of Alitta, so they assault Alitta, but Alitta was also equal to them. So she continues to kill them, confronting them one by one. Then Alitta receives the call of Hugo. He tells that Hunter has become my opponent, and he wants to end my life. Then Alitta goes to rescue Hugo, leaving that race. Reaching there, Alitta beats the hunter violently. While it is revealed in the whole city that Hugo has become a criminal, he was also wanted, as the capturer will get $30 as a reward. Then the city police arrive there to end Hugo. Because everyone was agreed on this point of view that Hugo is a criminal, so it is essential to end him. So I'll say to Alitta, put Hugo into death. But Alitta does not kill him, but the hunter ends Hugo, attacking with a sword, and Hugo is taking his last breaths here. At first sight, Hugo is finished. Then doctor's wife comes there, who says to Alitta, cut Hugo's head. Because we will adjust a body with his head. And we will make him a robot. Because doctor's wife had turned into a gentle lady now. And she wanted to do it so that Hugo may revive again. So Alitta has been doing the same now. She dismantles Hugo's head in front of the hole. Later, it takes Hugo's head to the doctor, where doctor fixes another body with Hugo's head after his operation. As a result, Hugo is revived again. Hugo and Alitta get excited because Hugo had the robotic body now like Alitta. Alitta is informed by the doctor that Vector defrauds everyone. Because he promises to send you to Sky City after deceiving you with a large sum of money. Even no human goes to Sky City, paying the amount of money, and no one can go to Sky City. But only the inhabitants of Sky City can go there and also inhabit there. And the winner of race can go to the Sky City from this world. Otherwise, no can visit there. Doctor also tells Alitta, my wife and I had born in the Sky City. And we had arrived here for the treatment of our daughter. After that, they entrapped here. Hearing it, Alitta gets angry. And she leaves to kill Vector. Alitta directly moves to the factory and she is attacked by the machines of Vector. But Alitta has a mighty and a robotic body now. So Alitta was continuously killing everyone one by one. Damaging all machines and robots, Alitta goes to Vector to end him. But the robot of Vector appears there. It wounds Alitta while attacking it. And she falls down. Then Alitta restores her memory relevant to the past, as its memory is retained which had been lost. Alitta remembers that she had been a warrior and also took part in that world war, which had held about 300 years ago. But Alitta's all friends and companions met their end in that war. But Alitta was also thrown into the garbage, wounding her badly. Here Alitta restores its memory thinking that this has been done by the owner of Sky City. And he had also ended all the companions of Alitta. Here Alitta remembers, my mission is to slay the owner of Sky City. Remembering these facts, Alitta becomes sentimental. That it had lost all of its friends. In addition, it becomes aggressive. Then that robot attacks Alitta. And Alitta dismembers that robot, attacking with its sword. At the same time, Alitta also attacks Vector, using its sword. And Vector is dead at the spot. Receiving doctor's call, Alitta comes to know that Hugo is moving to the Sky City, climbing up those pipes. Then Alitta also moves up while chasing him. It instructs him, you need not to go to the Sky City, because there is nothing upside. We will lead our lives, living in this world. Hearing Alitta, Hugo agrees. But the owner of the Sky City was witnessing it from upside. So he attacks them with his weapon. Consequently, Hugo's whole body is dismembered. At the same time, Alitta holds his hand. But Alitta loses the grip of Hugo accidentally. So he falls down from a great distance. Losing Hugo, Alitta is much grieved. And she starts weeping. Now Alitta decides that going to Sky City, it will end the owner of that city, because it desired vengeance for Hugo's death. It is seen that Alitta has also won that race. And it points its sword upside to the Sky City, and it says to the owner of Sky City, I am coming to kill and avenge you. Watch. I'll make you feel bad and refuse to let you continue living. And the movie also completes on this scene.